Well, hi folks, and welcome again to another post here on a somewhat cloudy day today, but not too bad, not too bad. Still getting a bit of light and a bit of warmth into the place, which is really nice. I'm very lucky that my front windows here allow a lot of sunshine in during the cooler months because of where the sun is, and it shines right in here and actually warms the place up quite nicely, which is a real bonus, because often I find, unless it gets really cold, I don't have to use a heater, which is pretty good. Okay, now I hope you've had a good Easter, and well, the best Easter you can have under the circumstances. Hope you've got some nice chocolate. My chocolate was fairly modest, but I don't mind because, yeah, I'll probably eat too much of it anyway most of the time. Right, I was going to say I hope you enjoyed my toilet paper video as well. The story behind that was pretty much as I said in the video, except I did, I suppose, yeah, you might have noticed I dramatised it slightly. You've got to have a bit of fun with these things. But I did actually wander in, and there happened to be someone actually handing out rolls of toilet paper, and I couldn't believe it, you know. So, and as I walked past, he gave me the roll, and I said, "Oh, I feel like I've won the lottery," because that's kind of what it felt like after all these weeks of not being able to find any. And as I left the store, of course, they had a staff member standing near the door, and she said, "Oh, you got toilet paper?" And I said, "Yes, now I've just got to make it back to the car without getting mugged." Funnily enough, as I walked back to the car, I heard somebody in the car park say, "Hey, he's got toilet paper." So I just sort of sidled up to the car fairly quickly, hid it in the back so it wasn't noticeable, because I had to go to a couple of other places. Oh, isn't it funny? Here we are, toilet paper. It's just crazy stuff, isn't it? Now, I had some comments from a previous video. People were saying that they were having trouble with the videos maybe being on the kids setting, so as though they've been made for kids, so they're restricted in being able to be accessed and things like that, or something like that. So I've had a look at all the videos, the settings I've got on them, and they are all set to, how would you say it, non-kid setting, I suppose. So I guess it's just some of the mysteries of the YouTube algorithm again. I guess I don't quite know how all that works. But hopefully the notifications will come through and you'll be able to find them. Okay, now you may notice I uploaded another virtual walk a couple of days ago, and I really enjoyed doing that one. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I just had to get out and go for a walk while the opportunity was there. So look, if you like that kind of thing and you'd like to see more, by all means, leave a bit of a comment, and I'll endeavour to get out and do a few walks where I can before our weather sort of deteriorates too much here. And I know there are some people who've watched the videos who are overseas and or are stuck in locations or stuck in a sort of environment that's fairly restricted, not able to go out and do much. So as I said in one of the previous videos, hook up your large screen TV and sit back with a cup of tea or a nice wine or whatever works for you, and enjoy them. And that's why I've done them, and I really enjoy going out and doing them too. I enjoy the exercise, and essentially all I really do is go for a walk and take the camera with me. I don't sort of specifically plan to film it as such. I just sort of think, oh well, I'll go down there and switch the camera on and walk along, and just keep quiet and let nature do the talking, which I really like that when I walk. Okay, now what else we got there? So regarding the most recent virtual walk, you will notice it cuts off at the end pretty abruptly. That's because I've reached the limits of what this camera can do with its file sizing. Apparently it can only run continuously for half an hour or so before it will cut off, and then it keeps filming, but it separates it into a different file, and I'm still getting my head around the editing side of things. In fact, I've deliberately tried to avoid not editing where possible, just to keep things pretty simple, because that was the original idea behind the channel. Now, this morning also, and this may not affect too many people, I received a scam email as an invoice for $470 US from a company, as it turns out, was a scam, and I didn't click on it or anything. But just a bit of a reminder out there that unfortunately there are some people, I'll use that term instead of anything else, who, like to take advantage of situations like this. So just be alert if you receive an email you think is a bit dodgy. Certainly don't click on any links in the email, and make sure you try and contact the company through another source, like through their Facebook or web page or whatever, and find out what the story is. I was able to find out fairly quickly that it was a scam, and because I saw it about 5:30 this morning. No, it's a bit late now. It's about 6:15 this morning, when I shouldn't have been looking at my phone, but I was. I was sort of half asleep until I read it, and it certainly woke me up in a hurry. So anyway, just keep an eye out for those. And one other thing I wanted to mention, without getting too negative. Apparently there's a few stories coming out here in Australia and around other places in the world about people abusing some of the frontline staff, especially some of the medical staff. I know there's been a bit of an incident in Tasmania where apparently, supposedly, something happened with some staff. I don't exactly know what the story was. But look, let's face it, it's just not on, is it? If we get sick, who's going to look after you? If you if you get these medical people who are not going to want to go to work because of potential abuse. I've also heard some stories about nurses going backwards and forwards to their cars and getting abused, or going into a shop with their nursing uniforms on, and some of them have been told to not wear their uniforms. Put the uniforms on once they get to work and that sort of thing. It's pretty bad when it gets to that, isn't it? Gee, there's some low-life wankers in this world. Gee, I really, I don't know. Anyway, unfortunately, that's part of the world we live in sometimes. All right, anyway, let's end on a bit more of a positive note. Live well, stay happy, keep washing your hands and all that sort of stuff, and keep smiling, and let's see you on the other side of all this. Okay, bye for now.